and 7 Spanish angels took another angel home.
Hey, I'm Willie Nelson, and you're watching HempRock TV.
We don't run, and we don't compromise, we don't quit, we never do.
Howdy again, neighbors. I'm Master Sergeant Tony Vance, the voice of freedom's voice. Today we're going to talk about fresh ideas and new faces. The current president's administration appears to be staffed with people only concerned with immediate economic reward. Like small-time grifters, it seems they do not care about what happens to their families or their fellow citizens in general after they are gone. What else can account for their choice to put profit over the crisis of climate change? What else can account for their choice to put political advantage during a pandemic that has, at this reading, killed over 200,000 of our citizens over the good of the country? What else can account for their blindly following a two-bit con man and narcissist whose incompetence and need for revenge and need for self-aggrandizement has allowed tens of thousands of our citizens to die unnecessarily simply for some personal or political gain? The president says he hires only the best. I hire only the best people. Who? The past winners of the Grifter of the Year award? People with a history of looking the other way? People who are willing to sell their integrity? I think we've had enough of the president's best people. The Republicans are just as culpable as the president for our current condition. They have sold their souls and integrity to enable this disaster of an administration to continue. And yes, the preventable deaths from the pandemic also fall on their shoulders too. All our legislators in both parties have been too focused on their reelection and not on what morality and integrity calls them to do. The question for the citizens is, what rules should be put in place to give legislators the political freedom to vote with the best interest of the country in mind instead of the next damn election? Term limits seem to be a significant part of the answer. We want experienced leaders, but not in the same position for 40 years. Perhaps, as Shakespeare said in Julius Caesar, the fault, dear Brutus, is not in the stars, but in ourselves. It is we who lazily elect the same faces over and over. We can change this by, say, picking someone in the primary that maybe has the same politics, but is simply not the same guy. Term limits, like I said, would do some of this, but it also requires us citizens to do our homework before marking our ballots. Whatever we do, we have to find an acceptable compromise between having experienced legislators versus people with fresh ideas and new faces. It is the only way for us to keep from getting stuck in a rut. We're kind of in a rut now. Fresh faces and ideas are the traction for our wheels. We need to get rid of some of the old steam engines and replace it with an electrical modern day engine. And maybe we'll get somewhere. Who knows? Whatever happens, be sure and vote. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and the Willie Nelson Teapot Party and I endorse Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access.
Just roll me up and smoke me